So here's a pair of Vomeros which I grabbed and wanted to sort of check out. I wasn't completely sure if I was gonna, I suppose, keep them, but now that I have them in hand, they're actually really cool and similar to the SuperSonic pair, which I think came out in 2023 or maybe late 2022. And that one had the feature of like glow in the dark, and that's the reason why I was attracted to this one. And I actually think this one looks nicer than the SuperSonic version. And the Vomero 5 basically originally released in 2011, and Nike had sort of retroed them again in, I think it was like 2016 when they first retroed them, and then again now probably like back in 2022 when they first started coming out. And they've become quite popular now as well because of the Y2K trend. And it's a running shoe that was predominantly how it was made back in 2011, and now it's probably more lifestyle because technology's moved on. But I will say you can still sort of run in these. I don't think technology's moved on that much, especially if you like a more sort of simpler, I suppose, silhouette and not like a chunky sneaker to wear for running. And like I said earlier, it's probably considered as a 2K runner now, so it's one of those ones that's bang on trend at the moment. So with the details, this comes in a light bone, pale ivory, white and black colourway, and that's kind of signified on the box. And it's just one of those cool trainers, I think, you know, with the sort of neutral colourway, which is classical Vomero, I suppose. And these have Zoom Air units in the heel and forefoot, so unlike an Air Max unit, these aren't visible, but they are in there and you can sort of feel them, and they feel quite nice on foot. And it also has what they're calling a Cushlon midsole, so the technology that's in there is basically sort of soft EVA foam, which using what they're calling Cushlon, which is a softer foam. And the upper is just pretty much made up of synthetic materials. There's no sort of leathers on there as far as I can tell, and I think even on the lace area that does feel sort of suede type, but I don't know if it's actual suede or synthetic suede. And the price on these were £155, so it's a bit more because of being a premium model. So with the comfort and sizing, these are definitely on the soft and medium side. I think they feel really nice on feet. This particular one is a premium one, and I feel it feels a bit more softer to me. I don't know, maybe I'm just imagining it. It might be the placebo effect of having a new trainer, but it does feel nice, really nice on foot, and sort of soft and squishy. And it does have sort of good neutral support around the arch because obviously it was made as a runner for back then, but it's still, you know, very nice, and you can sort of see sort of contour to your. And because of being a mesh upper, there's no sort of wear and time with this. You're sort of pretty much good to go out of the box. And true to size works on these. I could potentially go true to size on these, but I just tend to go half size up. I just like a bit more space. I have the Photon Dust pair, which is like the metallic silver one, but with that one being a women's trainer, it's slightly more narrower, and I experience sort of pinky toe issues on the side, so I may look to kind of move those on now because now I have this pair. But just be wary that this is a unisex sort of men's trainer, so it's got more space. I didn't feel that sort of tightness around here, you know, in this particular trainer, but I think with the women's ones, they do run a bit more narrow. And this also has really good traction, so it's got the signature Nike waffle pattern, as you can see, but it does work very, very well, especially when you're walking around. I've mainly been using it for walking, but I've never had an issue even in the wet. So with the look and style, I do like the neutral colours on this. I'm just like a fan of like more sort of neutral colours, especially on sort of these sort of 2K runners where they kind of kept simple and they have that sort of metallic effect, and this one's no different. And this has reflective panels on there, so this particular panel here around the heel area and also on the forefoot, these black panels almost got like a blue vibe to them, but if I shine the light to them you can sort of see that it's reflective. And on the top here as well, so around the toe box, so all this is reflective, which is nice and just makes it kind of, you know, almost sort of glow in the dark as well. And then on top of that you do have the reflective panel, so this essentially becomes a glow in the dark, the cage itself, so I'll try and sort of highlight that. So you can probably see now like it's just glowing, the cage part that glows, and then also the outsole itself. So I kind of tested this, so you can probably see there this particular area there on the midfoot, and then up here on the heel side, which is nice, especially like, you know, if they were used for a runner back in the day, you can sort of see that they glow. And then it's also on the medial side of the trainer as well. The case starts to glow as well. So it's a nice touch, and I actually kind of like that. It's kind of cool, and you can sort of see if I take the light off it, it still sort of retains that colour for a little while. But yeah, it's a very cool touch in my opinion. And I think that this is a trainer that's good for the spring summertime really. So it's one of those ones that I wouldn't really wear these in the winter and the autumn time, because they have a lot of breathability on there. Obviously if you know, maybe using them for running and you want to use Vomero 5s for running because you just like this particular silhouette, then obviously it's fine, you know, obviously fine for that. But as a lifestyle shoe, I think spring summer works well because of the amount of breathability that's in there. And I think it's a good sneaker for casual. I think only if you're sort of very sort of on trend with your fashion that you can probably pull these off in a more sort of smart setting. But for me, I'm obviously not really in that kind of fashion zone area, so I kind of, you know, like to sort of wear them with shorts and cargos and stuff like that. So and joggers, so they work well in that side. And obviously it does work nice with jeans as well. And it comes with these white laces, but you can also put in some black ones because it kind of matches the upper a little bit. And then also even try that, you know, grey and cream. It kind of works well. And maybe you can do sail as well because it's got sail hits. So I kind of like that in the sneaker. It's got the different options. So with the final thoughts, I do like the neutral colours on this, and it just works well, especially with this particular Vomero. It just reminds me of the Panda colourway that came out, and obviously the other Photon Dust colourway that I've got, the metallic silver ones. And as I said earlier, the glow-in-the-dark features on here are really, really cool and just really interesting to have on the trainer. And it's a gimmick at the end of the day, but it still just makes it look really cool, especially in the nighttime. And these ones, you know, the Vomero 5s just feel super lightweight on foot. It's almost like, you know, you get to that point where it feels like you're not wearing anything, and only because you have pressure on the lace area that you kind of sort of feel that you're wearing, you know, a trainer. But other than that, it feels very, very lightweight on foot. And obviously the Vomero 5 is known for its comfortability, so they are on the soft side. They're not going to give you like max cushioning type comfort, but I feel they're still on the softer side. And the only other trainer that I'd probably compare these to is maybe the A6 Gel NYC in terms of softness. If you want a more neutral sneaker, then you probably want to go for the 2002R from New Balance or the 1906R. And the costs, I suppose, because this is a premium model and it has these sort of glow-in-the-dark features, they're charging a bit more for it. So £155, an awful lot of money to ask for a runner shoe, but obviously these are in demand, and these ones in particular sold out very quickly. And also maybe the glow-in-the-dark colour may not be for everyone, so you know, it's one of those things that some people will love it. I think most people love it, but some people may not like it. And with the ratings, I give the look and style a 5 out of 5. I think it's pretty much a perfect sneaker in my opinion. And I like the reflective hits and the glow-in-the-dark features as well. And the comfort, I'm going to give it a 5 as well. I just think it's one of the nicer sneakers to wear, especially like during the spring summer time. You know, you want something lightweight on foot and you're not fighting against the elements, you know, in terms of having breathability and having a lot of ventilation. I think they're perfect for that. And the quality, I'm going to give it a 4. I just find like with these, they're not the greatest of materials, and you can probably see here it's got quite a lot of frayed edges on this particular panel as an example. So for me it's not perfect, but again, being a runner, I'm not expecting it to be like amazing quality anyway. And the pricing is a bit too high, so I think, you know, with these types of runners they should be priced more along the lines of sort of £110, £130. I think £155 is a bit much. But you know, but I realise obviously from Nike's point of view, they're kind of calling this premium because it's got the glow-in-the-dark features. So that's the reason why there's a price hike. But overall, I still think it's a 5 out of 5 sneaker. If you're going to get one from Vomero 5, I think this is the one to get, because it's you know, pretty much available at the moment at a good price, even on the resale market. And even though it's sort of sold out pretty much in most sizes online, you might still be able to grab it in the shops, for example. But it's a very, very cool sneaker, and you know, one of the best Vomero 5 models, and definitely one, you know, that I'm keeping in the collection.